Another Second Amendment win, this time coming out of South Dakota, where two new bills were signed into law. House Bill 1218 prevents local governments from adopting any policy that restricts the concealed carry of their firearms by employees, officers, and volunteers. Then, Senate Bill 100, which allows those with an enhanced concealed carry permit to carry concealed pistols in bars and on public college campuses. Still can't drink while you're carrying a gun. But gone are these days where the students are going to feel helpless when an active shooter situation, because now it's probably going to be a sport to go hunt them down. The problem is not with lawful gun owners. It's with the criminals who find a way to get a gun without a license and they carry it anyway. This at least gives people a fair chance at, shooting back. The man who made this happen, Governor of South Dakota, Larry Rhoden. Governor, this is fantastic. I'm basically a single issue gun owner, so thank you, sir.
You're welcome. It was, I think, a good way, once again, for South Dakota to demonstrate we're the freest state in the nation, and we've done more to defend our Second Amendment rights, I think, than any other state.
Yeah, no, the other thing, too, is like if someone's getting state or federal funding, like I live in Connecticut, which is the Constitution state, which under, Article 1, Section 15 says that I have the right to keep and bear arms, and yet they've restricted basically every ability for me to keep and bear arms there. But you guys are kind of leading the charge on this. Colleges, look, do kids do dumb stuff? Yes, but generally, gun owners at any age are the most law-abiding people anyway, so why was it even an issue?
Yeah, it's pretty telling. A few years ago, we were, during the Rhoden administration, the first bill that Governor Noem signed into law at that time was constitutional carry. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of concerns that I'd heard from law enforcement for years and years. I was born in Sturgis, South Dakota, of course, the Sturgis rally, and there was all kinds of concerns about restoring those Second Amendment rights through constitutional carry. We went ahead and signed that into law 6 years ago, and I've not heard one peep out of any issues that they had. So I think that was a good setup for for Senate Bill 100 to restore Second Amendment rights to our college students, mm-hmm. and I think we'll have the same results. We'll find that nothing was harmed by restoring our Second Amendment rights.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is the three lowest states of firearm homicide are ones with constitutional carry, which is Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. So you guys are actually right behind them, too. So, all right, but also, due to the big, beautiful bill, the $200 tax stamp imposed by the National Firearms Act on the transfer or making of suppressors, short-barreled rifles, all the fun stuff, basically, that's going to be eliminated, obviously, but you've also gone one step further in your state.
Well, I think you're referring to some of the conversations that we had with a manufacturer of suppressors in our state several months ago, and found out that they had an arbitrary 7-day waiting period to ship silencers. And when I found that out, we contacted the ATF at the federal level, and a few weeks later I got a note from the owner of the suppressor company, and they had resolved that issue, took that off the books, and restored more rights. And the tax, the $200 tax on suppressors, mm-hmm. is just another step, and they're both steps in the right direction.
Yeah, no, I agree. I want to get your take on something that's, empowering the people. It's the Convention of States project. As you know, the aim is to initiate Article 5, the convention under the U.S. Constitution, where it states that, states can propose amendments to limit federal power absent of actions of Congress or the Senate. And this could impose fiscal restraints, set term limits for federal officials. It requires 34 states to do the convention. 19 states have done so. Your state has passed it in one chamber. Do you think this passes?
Well, I will say this: as a former legislator, I carried the original bill on a convention of the states for a balanced budget. We've got that on the books. It's been on the books for a number of years. I've had mixed emotions about the value of. It seems like it's been a moving target. We went to several different conventions of the state. Yeah. It really doesn't matter as far as my position. As a governor, I don't sign resolutions. Right. What I know is South Dakota has had 136 balanced budgets. We do things right in South Dakota. We believe in conservative values, and we adhere to them, and it works for us.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you guys balance your budget is epic right there. Governor Larry Rhoden, we appreciate it very much, sir.